Hey there, I'm veterinarian Dr. Gary Richter. Thanks for tuning in to Ultimate Pet Nutrition. I have a fun question for you. Have you ever wished you could read your cat's mind? After all, cat behavior can seem mysterious, but the truth is they're actually much better communicators than we give them credit for. They just have their own language. For instance, have you ever noticed that adult cats only meow at humans? Well, it's true for the most part. You'll probably never hear an adult cat meowing at another cat. That's because they don't need to. Cats communicate with each other through touch, scent, facial expressions, and body language. Meowing is mainly just for you. And the good news is you can learn to decipher some of your cat's other means of communication. And when you do, you'll probably learn a lot about them. Here are some common ways your cat communicates. First, they can send signals with their tail. If your cat is relaxed, their tail will typically hang loosely. If their tail is held high, with a curl at the end, it likely means your pet is happy. If your cat's tail is wagging slightly or the tail twitches, that can mean your cat is feeling playful or curious. They might be watching a bird or squirrel out the window or stalking their favorite toy. Now, these are all fun feelings, but you can also tell if your cat is upset just by looking at their tail too. For instance, if your cat's tail is wrapped around their body or side, that could mean they're feeling anxious. If the fur on their tail is bristled and stiff, perhaps making the tail appear thicker or poofed out, that might mean your pet is frightened. They might have heard a loud noise or had an aggressive interaction with another cat. But your cat doesn't just communicate with their tail, they can also communicate with their ears. Next time you're petting your cat, pay attention to their ears. You might notice they're slightly tilted forward, which is a sign your pet is relaxed. And if your cat's ears are pointing straight up, it's an indication that he or she wants to play. But if your cat's ears are flat or turned back, that could be a sign they're feeling angry or frightened. You can also tell how your cat's feeling by looking at their eyes. For instance, if your cat's pupils are dilated, that could mean a couple of things. Your pet might be ready to play, or they could be scared or even angry. If you're concerned your cat might be scared or angry, you might want to check on their other behaviors. Are the dilated pupils paired with a stiff tail or ears that are pointed back? This might be a cause for concern. But if the dilated pupils are paired with a wagging tail, and you happen to notice your cat is sitting next to a toy, chances are they're in a playful mood. Lastly, if your cat has constricted pupils, meaning they're very small, that's usually an indication your pet is anxious. A little positive reinforcement at this point could go a long way towards calming your cat down. And finally, the means of communication reserved just for you, your cat's meow. Since these noises are mainly for communicating with you, it's important to pay attention to them. Now, you know your own cat better than anyone, and if your cat likes to talk a lot, you've probably noticed that they use different tones and tempos. If the meow is fast, that's typically your pet's way of saying hi. If you're greeted with a sequence of meows when you come home, that means your cat is happy to see you. If the meow is drawn out, that could mean your cat wants attention. You might hear this come up a lot around feeding time or when you're trying to sleep in on a Sunday morning. A high-pitched meow could mean that your cat is in distress or angry, while a lower pitch might be your cat complaining or whining about something. Of course, if you're a cat owner, you're probably already an expert at reading your cat's behaviors, even without my advice. However, if your cat starts exhibiting unfamiliar or even aggressive behavior, you might find yourself in uncharted territory. For example, your cat might be upset if they start hissing or growling. It might be because he or she saw a dog, an unfamiliar cat, or met some humans they don't know. In addition to growling and hissing, other potential signs of aggression in cats may include a direct stare, spitting, usually while hissing, holding the tail stiff or straight down at the ground, swatting, and scratching. If your cat is unusually aggressive, it could be time to call your vet. Continued aggression could be due to a medical problem, such as a urinary tract infection, making them feel uncomfortable. It could be due to a certain medication, and in some instances, diet can play a role. Your vet should be able to see what the problem is. Yes, cats can be perplexing at times, and animal behavior is complex. But with this information, you can learn how to read your cat's behavior. And as always, keep a sharp eye out for clues. After all, your cat's mood can change any time, and it's always best to be prepared. So next time you spend time with your cat, take a look at their body language to see how they're feeling. You might be surprised at how much you can tell about them just by looking at them. And to learn more fun, useful facts about your cat, check out some more Ultimate Pet Nutrition videos. You're bound to learn something new.